right, welcome back, watch fans. We have an amazing episode for you today. we got we got entertainment for you today. We're covering the Horology Hunger Games. That's right. You didn't know this, but this is true. We got the GRIFTER Olympics and the Horology Hunger Games. That's happening right now. And the topic of our show is, what is the best watch? What is the ultimate F-off watch to impress all the other grifters at the Geneva Watches and Wonders? That's right. Because apparently, some of these Buchiachistanis, they think that when you go to the Watches and Wonders show, obviously there's a lot of sassy groomers and grifters and chomostanis, and they all want to impress. They want to impress each other. They want to they're the horological grifter gang. That's right. Listen, this channel relies on support from viewers like the Baron Noah, an aristocrat. It costs millions of dollars to run this channel. And, a lot of these, we're under siege. We're under siege. We're under siege by the axis of Chomo. This is, we're at war with, it's a multi-front war with Kakistan, Chomostan, Buchiachistan, and who else? Multiple fronts. But this is actually fascinating. So we got this grifter. We got this grifter, that's right, the axis of Chomo. We got this grifter, the Okuk, apparently this post, there was a post he made. I don't know where this is, but this came to our attention. Apparently, look, what's going on is these grifters out there, they are all planning to go to the hang on a second, Geneva Watches and Wonders, right? This is their big opportunity. This is their big thing where they want to go to this thing. This is the this is the big deal, right? So these guys, this is a big day on the grifter calendar. Well, there's a couple things, right? So you got a couple different segments going there, right? You got the grifters, the e-beggars like timepieces, the Bogan of Brisbane. You got the grifter of Venice. You got the different Muppet boiler room channels. They're all going there basically to create content, right? Because they think that people really give a shit about window licking, right? So here's the thing. Here's the reality of the show. I'm going to give you kind of the nutshell in advance, and then we'll talk about the watches. But the reality of the show is it's a window licker festival. It's the window licker Olympics. What is the point of the show, right? All the watches are behind glass, pretty much, right? They're all behind display cases. They don't take anything out. So all they do is it's a PR thing for the Swiss to kind of to charge you money, to walk in the door and to hype up what. It's basically a PR thing for them to release new things. But here's the thing, but who cares, right? Why would somebody care? Why would let's say somebody from, I don't know, Australia or America actually want to go all the way to Geneva to look at watches that it's not relevant, right? Why would they do that? It makes really no sense, right? Unless you're in the trade. Look, the only people this thing is made for really is, if you're in the retail trade, you're a watch, you're an AD, you're whatever it is you're involved in. Yeah, you want to see what's in the lineup. Then you have your meetings there. You do business. Yeah, look, I understand it's a business thing. Fine, that's great. Okay, but if you're a regular, I don't know, consumer, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time and a waste of money, right? And Geneva is the most boring city in the world. All they got is a fountain in the middle of the lake. That's the big claim to fame. The food is triple the price of what it is in New York. And the one good thing they do have is they have good cigars. They have the best cigars in Europe. So you can get deals on cigars there. Not deals, but I'm talking about Cuban. I'm talking about Habanos. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing really I would go there for, is just to pick up stuff which is fresh, legitimate. A lot of places in Europe you really can't get cigars, and a lot of other places in Europe now it's very tough. But in Geneva, there's a couple places which have good selection available. Outside of that, there's really nothing to do there. So the point of it, so you got these grifters, you got the out of 10 piece debts, you got the Okuk, you got our good friend Watch Nicholas, you got all these e-beggars going out there. And the funny thing is also there's going to be drama. There's drama. We've heard threats of violence. Threats of violence. That's right. There have been death threats made. Different these characters all threatening each other. There's going to be a lot of grooming, a lot of hotel room sharing with certain middle-aged, advanced middle-aged gentlemen with various twinks and all that stuff. But the funny thing is this, right? So the funny thing is, apparently, but again, there's really no point to go there. But some of these grifters, they want to go there really because they think this is an opportunity for them to prance around wearing size 7 Skechers and built-in pocket jackets, cheap jackets with built-in pocket squares. I think that they see it as an opportunity for them to prance around and like show off, like that's gonna like impress people, right? Now, again, here it's kind of like it's almost like you're going to Alaska and you want to impress the Eskimos with snow, right? Like you're going to Alaska and you think you're going to impress the Eskimos with your snow, right? Like it's a little bit ridiculous, right? It's like I made this metaphor earlier. You got the famous Pebble Beach Concours, the big car. I don't want to call it a show, but it's I don't want to, concourse, right? They have like awards, major like supercars, antique, stuff that goes from $50 million, $20 million, whatever, right? And everybody drives up there, and there's different stuff, but like you're not going to drive up there in your Corvette, park it in the guest parking lot there, and think you're going to impress anybody, right? I mean, that's not going to impress anybody. But anyway, but apparently, we got the Okuk made this post, apparently edited several times, but this is funny. So he says this: what is more ridiculous, a hate streamer who knows nothing about watches attending a Swiss watch conference? I'm not sure who he's referring to. Which hate streamer knows nothing about watches attending? Or an owner of the most ridiculed quartz Jacob & Co. fake fashion garbage watch competing in the Hunger Games against some of the most respected and knowledgeable watch collectors. Okay, so apparently the Okuk, I'm not sure who he's referring to as the hate streamer, because I think one of them is Nick, I think, right? One of them is Watch Nicholas. I think Watch Nicholas is the guy with the Jacob & Co. watch. Now, who's the hate streamer? I don't know who that is. Is it Tim Wright? Is it Curly? Arch? I don't know who it is. Because I'm not going there. So he thinks of this as the Hunger Games, which actually I've never seen the TV show, so I don't know. I guess it's some sort of like competition or something, right? Like death match of some sort. That's what I'm assuming. I've never seen it. Like, I've seen like pictures of like the girl with a crossbow or something. I don't have time to watch this garbage. But anyway, so he's competing. It's a competition. So apparently this Buchiach, he views it as some sort of competition, a way to flex and show off, like, my watch is better than your watch. I win Geneva. I win the gold prize in the horological Hunger Games. That's the thinking right now. Let me pop the balloon on that fallacy, which I'll get to that in a second. Then he goes, what are you going to wager? A flamboyant $1,500 Jacob & Co. watch. It has a rainbow. I guess he's saying it's a gay watch. Now, it's funny coming from a guy who's basically a homosexual. Well, I don't know if he's closeted, but the guy, he claims to be a family man, but he's been known to spend time in his hotel room with, different twinks and, very flamboyant, collects Disney castles. And listen, the whole thing is, we saw the videos of him dancing around, prancing around in pink pants in the 1980s. It's creepy and cringy. Okay, so what do you go? A flamboyant $1,500 Jacob & Co. watch, or a 30-year-old broken down Bentley that isn't even worth as much as my 12611 CHNR? Crying face. Now, I guess hold on a second. I guess he thinks that I'm going. I'm not sure. It's a little bit confusing here. What is he? Is he thinking that like the whatever. But okay, so first of all, the Bentley is 2006. I just want to be very clear. 2006. So it's only 20. It's 19 years old. Okay, in perfect condition, and it can do 200 miles an hour. Right? It's a 200-mile-an-hour car, 12-cylinder twin turbo, 12-cylinder twin turbo with like incredible, Connolly hides. Obviously when I'm inside in the interior, cosseted by the Connolly hides and the fine burl walnut. Now again, the burl walnut veneers, all book matched. This is not like the veneers on the cheap Breguet. Actually, the Breguet box is not bad, but I think the burl wood on the Bentley is a little bit better. But look, if you can't have a Bentley, I guess you could make do with a Breguet box, which has like, I guess it's like an olive wood veneer they have. But I'm a fan of wood. I'm a big fan of wood veneers, right? Yeah, I know some of you guys are degenerates. You can have some double entendre or whatever. But yeah, so very important to have the proper wood in the Bentley. Now again, this is a gentleman in size 7 Skechers who I believe he thinks he's flexing a 5 Series BMW, which is like in red, in cherry red of all colors. Again, cherry red is, let's just say it's not the color you want to be driving any car in, unless it's actually any car. I mean, I guess a Ferrari technically could be red or whatever they call their red. Yeah, it's that's the only color. That's the only red a car. Otherwise, you don't want to have a red BMW. That's like, how shall I say? It's a little bit. I don't know, what is it? Like either you're a high school girl or you're in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a good look for a 60-something white guy in the suburbs, driving around, whatever, the Long Island Express. I mean, it's not going to impress anybody, right? Now again, Bentley versus BMW. But again, now he's saying this 12. I had to look up this watch. Apparently, he's referring to a root beer. I guess he owns the root beer, which is this watch, right? Which is 16,000. Now, by the way, the Bentley is about a $30,000 value today, right? It's not 16,000, and also it's actually increases in value. It holds its value or increases versus a BMW that loses value. Basically, BMW is just a giant, massive depreciation. It's a depreciation machine on wheels. The BMW is a leaking depreciation machine on wheels, leaking coolant, leaking oil. If it's not leaking oil and coolant, that means it's empty. Okay, that's what it means. Again, a low-class guy. I mean, listen, there's a very big difference between people who drive Bentley versus BMW. I don't care what age it is, whatever it is. And again, this is a guy he's not a connoisseur. He's not a connoisseur. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand class and taste. I mean, he doesn't understand these things, But now let's talk about this. This is fascinating. Now, yeah, I mean, this guy drives a Barbie BMW. I mean, this is like a Barbie edition BMW. We know he's got the Disney Princess Castle collection. He collects Disney Princess Castles that have been caught on videotape. He's got a room full of Disney memorabilia. Again, this is a grown man collecting Disney toys. But, listen, we're not going to imply anything, but it is what it is. Look, there's, look, you can't explain class to people. You can't explain it. I mean, if you look at we've reviewed the guy's collection, it's basically just flash. It's what I call it, just flash bust down hype watches, like stuff which was kind of hot for a while, which is designed to, again, stuff that a 15-year-old boy would be impressed by. The Oakuk buys stuff which only 15-year-old boys are impressed on. A grown man is not impressed by a cherry red BMW. It's not. I mean, anybody with taste. I mean, you're not going to impress. I mean, listen, I'm not going to go into it. Either you get it or you don't get it. I mean, listen, again, a guy who wears jackets with built-in pocket squares, they're machine-made jackets. I mean, made in China with transition lenses. I'm not going to get into it. I just don't want to get into it. But this is interesting. Yeah, we're boycotting all the other channels. We're boycotting all those channels now. But here's what's interesting. So let's explain. I want to get I want to get the Baron Memovox opinion on this. So let's look at this. When you go to Watches and Wonders Geneva, let me see. Hang on a second. Watches and Wonders Geneva. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, Shanghai. Hang on a second. I want to show you something. Okay, let me just see some of the program. Let's take a look here. What is going on here? I don't even think the Baron Memovox is good. So what are they doing? What is the point of going to this Buchiachistan show? Is product, they're going to show you stuff, basically like exhibits. You're gonna see stuff. Like, why would I want to see stuff? And also, by the way, stuff that, oh, well, it's not available. Oh, this, well, I don't really care, right? And also, again, by the way, this channel, we got one focus. It's to make money with watches. That's the whole focus. I just want you to know, it's not about, horology. It's not. It's about making money with watches. And to wear a great watch, which increases in value. And the problem with these new watches that they have, unless it's like certain of these independent brands, which you're not going to get anyway, they're going to drop in value, right? All the entire Patek line, is underwater. So if you buy a brand new Patek, you're going to lose money. Like right now, they're 25% below list. Any watch you buy from Patek AD is going to be 25% below list, except Nautilus for now, and I guess Aquanaut, whatever. Those are okay, but again, those are really tomato can watches. Those are peasant grade. Those are peasant grade watches. And Audemars Piguet is still, you can make, I guess, a little profit if you get it, but it's a whole. No aristocrat, no baron of the channel is going to degrade themselves by playing the AP game, which is a grift, okay? And also, there's actually much greater and better watches out there that are available in the secondary market that increase in value, okay? For example, pour exemple, oui, okay. The Patek Philippe Ellipse, that's right, the Ellipse has doubled in value in the last 6 to 9 months. The 3940 perpetual calendar is already at 6 figures and going to 250 grand in a few years, right? I can go through a whole list of watches that are exploding in value on the vintage and neo-vintage side, which you can pick up for, I don't know, 10 grand. You can get stuff for 10 grand. And those are real watches, right? Now, so let's see. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Hang on a second. I'm just going to show you something here, which is this. So who goes to the show? Let's see. Okay. So let's say you got a guy like, I'm going to pull this up. Let me see. You got a guy. Okay. So we're talking about knowledgeable watch collectors. Oh, knowledgeable watch collectors. It's going to be the Horology Olympics, the Hunger Games. Now, here is the Instagram page of, I guess, this guy. That's John Goldberger, aka Oro Montanari. See, Oro Montanari. So this guy is, they consider him like the preeminent watch collector, right? And this guy he's got great sense of style. I mean, great taste, great sense of style. And this is his Instagram page. Now look at the watches that he has. Do you see any? Do you see any Rolex Day-Date 40s here? You see any Rolex Submariners? You see any Rolex Submariners? I haven't seen any Rolex Submariners on this page yet. There might be. I haven't seen it. But this guy is the most respected guy. Ben Clymer, Ben Clymer, that Buchiac from Hodinky. Ben Clymer performs fellatio on this guy. Really, he performs fellatio on John Goldberger. Now, he's wearing an Audemars Piguet quartz watch. By the way, this is like this is kind of a cool watch. Not for Beta 21. This is I think very interesting. Again, this is a real inside baseball type stuff. So this is what John Goldberg. Again, this guy's considered the preeminent watch collector today. This is what he collects. The only new watch I see here is this, whatever, Toledano Chan, which is kind of a bullshit watch. But a lot of these guys are promoting it because I guess it's this thing where they're, it's like a circle jerk. It's like a circle jerk with another color. It's like an inside baseball circle jerk. It's a Fugazi watch, but this is the stuff that he's going to be wearing one of these watches to this so-called Horology Olympics. And this is the only new watch he has, which is a Le Flaneur, which is the Cartier Santos. This was made like kind of like, again, an inside baseball joke for the Waco group, the Waco Buchiachistan. He's got a swatch, right? Now, can you imagine the Okak or the Artem Pizdiets going to, can you imagine Artem Pizdiets or Archie Luxury bringing a swatch? This is, by the way, Keith Haring's swatch. Okay, so these guys don't see. Again, you're talking to people with no taste, right? People with zero taste. What is this? Oh, this is a new watch. This is actually a not my thing. This is a new manufacturer. Aventurine Doll, blah blah blah. This is not for me, but whatever. But this is what he's got on his Instagram. Okay, this is what he has on his Instagram. Oh, he's got a solid gold dancer. Oh, sorry, it's 1975 nipple dial. Big difference. Nipple dial. Nipple dial makes all the difference, and it's the original case. That is the original solid gold dancer, and it's got a beautiful patina, purple, blue, purple. See, that's what you want. You want the dial that's purple, not blue, but purple. This is the collection, right? So this guy is, and he's got a Patek perpetual calendar. Now, now this is the real deal, right? That's what he wears. He might even wear his Tudor. But this, again, this is who you're competing with in the Grifter Olympics. This is what do you call it? This is the one that from Havana. Oh, this is the famous one worn by the the Cuban diplomat. This is the, what do you call, Bakelite bezel. Beautiful. I mean, this is beautiful. And this is what he's doing, right? I mean, this is what he's doing. Now, of course, look, Archie Luxury and these Kakistanis, they would say, oh, this guy, oh, these are ladies' watches. Oh, by the way, this is a ladies' watch, probably. These are old man ladies' watches. Now, this is beautiful. Stelline. Oof. Wow. Wow. When you're talking Rolex, this is what you want. You want to see stars on your dial with dolphin hands and a black dial with stars. This is like, wow. That's like the famous one from the Vietnamese emperor, okay? So this is the Oro Montanari collection. And you see this? You got another Patek Philippe perpetual calendar chronograph. But this is not the Peasant Philippe edition. It's not. See, Peasant Philippe has a cheap reissue. See, look, the average peasant doesn't understand the difference between the nipple dial, okay, the nipple dial Submariner, and the modern version, okay, because the modern version, there's a nuance. Look, there's a nuance. There's levels to the game, as the kids say. There's levels to the game, as the kids say. So where is that Submariner? So look, let me explain to you the nuance. If you're like a Bogan of Brisbane, right? You're like some sort of Bogan or some sort of like guy who steals hubcaps. You're gonna think, oh, I'm gonna impress everybody with the brand new Rolex Submariner in gold. Well, the problem with that watch is the real aficionado is gonna look at that as just a tacky watch. Again, the case is very sloppy. The new maxi cases of Rolex, those oversized cases with ceramic, is basically peasant material. It's mass-produced garbage. This with the nipple dial. Look at the difference. Look at the hour markers. They're like little pointy nipples, basically, right? And in the light, you have to see it in person because it really plays with the light. The gold on the dial really, I mean, it makes a massive, huge and bigly difference, okay? And by the way, you can get these for like 30 grand. Oh, look at this. Somebody has stolen my line. They call the Tutankhamun edition, King Tut. I came up with a King Tut. I was my line, the blue and gold. I came up with that. But there we go. So this is actually the real King Tut. This is the full King Tut. This is the full King Tut, gold and blue. So this is what somebody with taste does. This is a guy who's got taste, right? And then you got your kind of nouveau guy who wants to impress people. Look, it's kind of like that guy. Hang on. Let me see. Okay, I gotta find this great line. There's a great line. There's a great line from. Hang on a second. I'm gonna show this line, and this will explain to you because I see the Americans don't understand this. The problem with the Americans is the problems with the Americans is they all want new, flashy, bigger. They all want, the blondes with the fake tits, double D, implants, fake blonde hair, the whole with the Botox and the lips with the filler. And by the way, we understand that the OCUC is a big fan of the Ozempic, Botox, various fillers, and who knows what else. Who knows what else? I mean, I'm not gonna get it. We want to stay classy. We want to stay classy here. We're gonna stay classy. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're gonna show you this in just a moment. Un momento, per favor. Hang on. Un momento, per favor. Hang on a second. Where is the line? Where is the line? I'm looking for the line. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to the line. I'm going to explain to you the difference between vintage and modern submariner. Okay, here, we're gonna go to the line. We're going to go to the line. Here comes the line. Okay, let me show you this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Allora, questo è Cinema Lamborghini. Okay, here we go.
Italy has long been an agricultural society, but post-war Italy has given birth to an industrial renaissance. Ever wonder how one might create something new in a world of inventive, challenging, and innovative car manufacturers?
So this is the Lamborghini movie. I haven't seen it because I'm too cheap to pay for it. I'm always expecting to see stuff for free. Why should I pay for these movies online, right? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so this takes place, I guess, in the 60s. And Lamborghini, actually, fascinating story. The guy has got a fascinating story. Lamborghini versus Ferrari, right? And this is during the boom, the Italian industrial boom. And by the way, this is what makes the watches with the Italian labels, the double signature, so fascinating to me because they were bought by, you had to be really, had to be somebody to buy, the Patek with a Astro or, what's the other one? One of those Italian retailer double signatures. I mean, those are fascinating to me. But anyway, watch this.
And designers? Well, I'm standing here with somebody who just might be able to have those answers. None other than Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ciao. So how does somebody like you demonstrate a clear break from tradition and deliver something brand new?
The Lamborghini GT.
Okay, so he's going to explain to you basically the difference between the peasant who needs to flash a modern, whatever, flex watch. Let's see if you can understand here.
It's both beautiful and high performing. It's a touring car that is fast and powerful as any racing car.
And can this new car of yours be all of that?
Well, it can be all of that and more. It is a thing of beauty. But a thing of beauty can only be a thing of beauty if it's shared. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the world press, I give you Lamborghini GT.
Hello. Here comes the line.
My friends, I can see in your eyes how you love my car, but don't be shy. To drive a Lamborghini, to own a Lamborghini, you must not be shy.
Mr. Lamborghini, I know there are many questions about what's under the hood of this car, but my first question is, what is the price tag of the Lamborghini GT?
Price.
What is the price of a beautiful woman? A great bottle of wine, a pasta you remember the rest of your life. These things are worth whatever they ask you to pay for them. You buy a Ferrari when you want to be someone. You buy a Lamborghini when you are someone.
You see, you understand. Okay, so you buy a modern Rolex gold watch when you want to be somebody.
You buy a Ferrari when you want to be someone. You buy a Lamborghini when you are someone.
Capisco. Tutto capisco. Ok. Okay, andiamo. Okay, so let's go back to ragazzi, signore Goldberger. Signore Goldberger. Okay, capisco. Okay, that is the idea. So basically, that I think sums it up. So bottom line is this, right? So what is the watch? What do you think? Now the guys who are going to go to the show, if you notice, the guys who are like, the real, people in the business, even if you look at Roman Sharf, right? You look at Roman Sharf, actually, no, if you look at Deputy Droopy Dog, or you look at any of those, even Nico, those guys, what watch do they wear to the watch? Do you think they bring their like, oh, I'm going to bring my ceramic AP? No, they're going to bring something quirky, unexpected. That's the point. You bring something which is kind of like a joke. You want to be the opposite. You want to kind of play, you want to like counter program. That's kind of like, I mean, it would be too obvious. It's too on the nose. You understand? It's too on the nose because you're not going to impress anybody. You're not going to impress anybody by bringing a $200,000 Patek, a brand new $200,000 Patek, or a Richard Mille. Nobody's going to be impressed. I guarantee you, nobody will be impressed by an RM at Watches and Wonders, except for 15-year-old boys. If you want to impress 15-year-old boys and various twinks and all that, you wear your RM. But if you are somebody, then you wear something more unusual, which could be like the next possibly big thing. Now we're going to explore what that could be in just a moment, right? In un momento, per favore, un momento. So what watch would win the Hunger Games? I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jacob & Co. Quartz. I present to you Jacob & Co. Quartz. Now, the 5 time zone. I think this is the watch. I think Nick has this. I think this is the watch he was going to wear. Which, by the way, I think that I actually think that is the ultimate F off to wear Watches and Wonders. That is the ultimate F off, and that is because that indicates. I think that indicates. It sends a message because you assume somebody going to that show, they know what this is. They know this is like a joke watch, right? They know it, right? And they probably have other watches, right? That's the assumption. If they're going to the show, right? They're an enthusiast. So if they have this watch, what it means is they're just, playing a joke. Because now here's what's interesting. This watch, which is a total piece of shit, right? This actually is kind of a historically important watch. In terms of this was the watch that Jacob & Co. put out like in the 90s. When was this? And he made a fortune selling this watch to all the Buchiachistan. This was 47 millimeter. It's a massive watch, quartz. It's a quartz watch, and 5 time zone. Let me see, Jacob & Co. 5 time zone. There it is. You can get a 5 time zone watch for as little as $1,000. Am I recommending this? Absolutely not. But it's kind of funny. It's very funny, I think, because $1,000. Mother, I think this is what watch Nick has. Mother of pearl dial, and this is the ultimate F off. You wear this with the Kremlin. You wear this Kremlin watch, and you put that in the Artem Pizdets's face. That's what you do. You wear this watch. This is funny. The Kremlin watch. Now $1,600. I think it's worth it for the F off factor. And by the way, when the sanctions come off, these watches will probably increase in value. Now, I'll tell you what's interesting. So here's the historical interest. And perhaps Baron Memovox. Baron, that's right. We deliver alpha on this channel. This is not a beta channel. This is not the Soy Wars channel. This is the channel where we give you value. Okay, this is... Yeah, there you go. But listen, the bottle of Barolo, It's going to be gone. It's going to be gone in an evening spent with a beautiful woman, in the company of a beautiful woman with a beautiful pasta you'll remember for the rest of your life, as you drive home in your Lamborghini. But this is, I don't know, anybody wants to jump on and let me know what your opinions are. But here is the ultimate F-off watch, because this actually is, I don't want to say it's making a comeback. Like, this is not, I'm not saying like, hey, I'm not saying we're not making any, this is not a core holding in the portfolio. Okay. This is kind of like this is a day trade position, basically. This is like some, toxic, some sort of toxic asset you just want to flip. What makes it interesting is this was the hype watch, of kind of the 90s, worn by every lowlife, low-end drug dealers, Jay-Z, Watch Nicholas, Juan and Kino, all of Juan and Kino's relatives in La Isla de Cucaracha, who were, selling Yayo in Miami. And they were buying these watches at like full retail, which was probably, I don't even know how much was the retail, 20 grand, probably 15 grand. It's probably some crazy price. And so this is how Jacob built his business. I mean, that guy is an unbelievable businessman. That guy is a great businessman. I mean, he's actually licensing his name now on buildings like Trump in Dubai. I mean, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Now, let me explain. I think his watches is pure garbage. It's for trashy people, low-class people. Does he make very interesting complications? I mean, it's a complication for the sake of a complication. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of a joke. I mean, it's not a watch. I mean, I wouldn't go near one with a 20-foot pole. Even as a speculation, I wouldn't, unless it was like I was getting like a nickel on the dollar or something, a penny on the dollar. But this is a funny watch to wear to Watches and Wonders. I think the more outrageous it is, the better. Like a yellow strap, like a red strap. So, like, this is the watch you want to wear to Watches. I think this would, and I guess you know what it is. You know how these guys are like, that Mr. Wonderful guy, that Kevin O'Leary, that other grifter. Everything he refers to as, oh, this is a real conversation starter. Oh, this is a conversation starter watch. Oh yeah, this starts a conversation. So basically, that guy's grift is also like Anthony Farrah. He wears a watch basically as a way to get attention and to, lure. It's bait, twink bait in the case of certain people, or grift, or bait for to get people lured in. Right now, if you're wearing a platinum day date 40, a platinum day date 40 at Watches and Wonders, or you're wearing like your Rolex or your brand new Patek, nobody's going to be impressed by that. Like, zero people would be impressed because they've seen all that shit, right? Like whatever watches the Ocock has, whatever watches the Bogan of Brisbane has, or timepieces would impress zero people. Honestly, it would be zero people would be impressed. They're not. None of them have real collector watches. It's all junk, all junk. That's right, Jacob and Co. grifted out. That's right. This is a ripoff of Alain Silberstein. That's right, unbelievable but true. Bad history. That's right. Now, the Alain Silberstein also, that could be a flex watch, but I think the ultimate is this watch. You wear this because this is kind of like, again, all these grifters. And by the way, the Deputy Droopy Dog with the butthole eyes, he was selling a ton of these in the early 2000s. Okay, all those grifters were spooking these watches. All right, Jay-Z was wearing this. All these guys who now these days they call themselves knowledgeable collectors. They're very sophisticated. Oh yeah. This is what they had on the wrist in 1998 or whatever it was, now this starts a conversation. You walk around Watches and Wonders wearing this. See, I would go if I would go to the show. I'd go to Watches and Wonders wearing this. I would wear 2 of these on the wrist. I would wear 10 time zones. I'd be doing 10 time zones. I'd wear one like with diamonds, like one of these in diamonds. and one of these, just the more ridiculous, the better. And I'd get like a purple pimp hat, like Daniel Katz, you know. That's what I would do. I'd wear like a purple pimp hat with a feather, with a purple. I'd wear a purple ostrich feather. I'd wear a feather, purple giant ostrich feather in the hat, and wear maybe wear like leather pants, and just walk around with two of these watches on the wrist. Obviously, you got to wear like I'd wear a t-shirt. That way people can see the watch. I'd wear like a t-shirt with like a pony on it, like My Little Pony. I'd wear like a My Little Pony t-shirt, purple pimp hat, and and two Jacob and Co. Watches. And I guarantee you that would start a conversation with everybody in the Patek booth. Okay, everybody at FP Journe and whatever watchmaker, that would be the ultimate conversation start. Can you imagine what happens? If, let's say, I think Watch Nick should buy another one of these watches. Sir, he should go double wrist. He should double wrist with a I'll tell you what. If he's watching this program, I'm going to give him a $2 super chat. I'll donate $2 if he wears a My Little Pony t-shirt and double wrists the Jacob and Co. watches with a look. If he can't wear the purple trucker cap, he's got to wear a Make America Great Again, a red MAGA hat. He's got to wear a oh, actually, no. Better. I want to see Watch Nick walk around and make everybody's heads explode. There, walk around in a Trump t-shirt. You know, the t-shirt which has him, from the assassination attempt. With a fight, fist in the air. I want to see him with a fight t-shirt, red MAGA t-shirt, the fight Trump t-shirt, red MAGA hat, and gold Trump sneakers, and two Jacob and Co. watches. Okay, that is the move. That's the move. But I'm not even kidding. That is the move. If you got any balls, I think Nick has got some balls. I think. Well, actually, I don't know. No, you know what? I don't think he would do it because he's got he wants to keep like a low profile. He's too scared to go on camera. He's like a pussy, actually. Artem Pizdets would do it, but Artem Pizdets is a hater. He's a hater. He's a Trump hater. So he's not going to do it. But if anybody, I'm giving you guys gold content here. Somebody should do it. Whoever does it. Okay, anybody that wears this outfit, first of all, I guarantee you, I 100% guarantee you, I'll give you a $500 guarantee, actually, $500 guarantee. If you don't get major conversation started, I'm talking about with players, I'm talking about with key players in the industry, I'll give you $500. If you don't get conversation started with the AP booth, the Patek booth, Terry Stern, I bet Terry Stern is going to come over and take pictures. I guarantee you also what you're going to get laid. You're going to get so much tail. You're not going to know what to do with it. You're not going to know what to do with it. You're going to get, listen, like this guy, Watch Nick, he's been grifting off some sugar mama that sent him $5,000. That was his big grift, who forced him into having phone sex with her, like creepy, mommy type, role play, very creepy stuff. I 100% guarantee you're going to get so much tail, it's going to be unbelievable. Okay, so you're going to get, not only are you going to get laid, you're going to make money because you're going to make major connections. You're going to get like the AP people, the Patek. Terry Stern is going to come to you and say, "Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 20 cubitus. I'm going to allocate you 20 cubit, whatever you want. I'm going to give you that Grandmaster Charm allocation because you, my friend, have balls." This actually is a sex worker's watch because, this is the watch that you wear when you're working in a one of those what do you call it? Webcam. You're like a cam girl. You're one of those cam girls. That way you know where all your simps are. If you're like working OnlyFans, this way you know all the different time zones where all the simps are. That's what you need. I think that's the ultimate cam girl watch, the OnlyFans watch. This is what you need. So I think actually, you know what would be even better? Let me back it up. I'll make it even better. Okay. If you go to that show, you got the 2 watches on your wrist, you got the Trump T-shirt, and you know what you do? You go like a full American. You got to wear cargo shorts. Now you got the Trump sneakers on, right? And you wear, the old-fashioned, those knee-high, like, the athletic socks with the stripes, which go like to your knees, like a cholo, right? And then you put another Jacob & Co. around. You strap them around your ankles. You strap 2 more Jacob & Co. around your ankles. Actually, no. You know what would be better? Actually, around your ankles, you strap like a Patek. What is it? The 3440. You strap like a $200,000 Patek perpetual calendar, a vintage Patek perpetual calendar around your ankles. That's the move you do. You do a Patek perpetual around your ankles, and you do the Jacob & Co. on the wrist. That is going to be the ultimate move for the Hunger Games. All right, so let's switch to now our next topic. Today, our next topic is speaking of grifters. We got Tim Masso. We got that's Alfred E. Newman. We got Alfred E. Newman, and he's doing a show called Top Dress Watches to Buy. Now, again, this is a grift. He's doing a grift. Hang on a second. Now, again, he's been watching our channel. He's been watching the channel. That's what. Again, he's talking about all the watches we've been talking about. Okay, watch this. These guys are all catching on very late. They all come around. Look, this channel, we're always right. We are always right. Okay, let's see what Alfred E. Newman has to say.
Formal attire were the rule and not the exception. It wasn't until the 80s and 90s rise of Rolex as the reference point for luxury that buyers began to associate tool-style watches with daily dress and routines. Rolex became an office watch. It became something you wore at a wedding or with a tuxedo. But dress watches have changed since the 1990s. Gerald Genta, to say nothing of the 1980s. Patek Philippe, 3919. First, dress watches are a lot more versatile than in the past. Second, collectors no longer feel an obligation to match attire to watches, which opens up more opportunities to use our dress watches. Finally,
true. By the way, that's true. So I mean, look, you can wear a dress. Like, look. I think Zuckerberg is the guy because look, Zuckerberg is a role model for all the tomato cans. Zuckerberg is a tomato can role model, and all the tech bros, they all started wearing T-shirts like him, right? I mean, they just copy that guy, like, they're like sheep, right? They look at that guy as their, like, whatever. He wears a Patek dress watch with his, like, T-shirt. I mean, like, it's really goofy, whatever. But these guys are going to start to do it. So that is going to be the thing. It's like, look, when JFK, men used to wear hats. Men wore hats always, right? And when JFK stopped wearing a hat, in the early 1960s, basically, I mean, that was the president of the United States. He didn't wear a hat. And, people just copied him and they stopped wearing hats. And JFK single-handedly destroyed the hat industry in America, in the world. He destroyed the hat industry.
The rise of elite independent brands has led to a resurgence of interest in dress models, as well as pushing the boundary of what can be considered a dress watch. It's more than you think. First, let's consider how dress watches themselves have changed, even from very traditional brands. And we probably need some kind of definition of the term itself first. The 5226G came
out. So I got a big issue with what he's talking about with the dress watch. Okay, the whole dress watch thing. When you call something a dress watch, it's got to be something that's, when I think of a dress watch, it's something you wear with a suit. Okay, it's something you wear. That's it. It's a dress watch. It's something you would wear to let's say a formal occasion, a wedding, a funeral, whatever, a state dinner, when you receive your Nobel Prize. Listen, when I get my Nobel Peace Prize or Nobel Prize for Horology, I'm not going to show up there with a yacht master. No, I'm going to be wearing a tuxedo or a dinner jacket, I guess you call it. And I'm going to be wearing my Patek Philippe. Guess which Patek Philippe I would wear? The Ellipse. That's right. I'm not going to wear 3940. I'm not wearing a perpetual calendar with a tuxedo. That's faux pas, faux pas. I'm wearing the Ellipse. Now, a dress watch has got to be an elegant watch that's worn with a suit. This over here is a sports watch. This is not a dress watch. I mean, listen, this is a guy. Look at the way this guy's dressed. Look at the way this guy's dressed here. He's got those shirts with those baby collars that he buys in the boys department at JCPenney. I mean, you know the guy shops in the boys department, right? He wears this jacket, which is let me see if I can insult his jacket. It's actually kind of a cool jacket. It's kind of, I think it doesn't fit or something, but it is kind of, the design is kind of cool. I think something is, I don't know. This guy's like a skeleton in there. The jacket actually is kind of a cool design. I think it's a knockoff of like a what the hell? Who's the guy that does this? The original is made by the guy, the French Fart King. What's his name? He's a French Italian guy. He does beautiful stuff. It has that look, but it's kind of it could be a cool jacket. I can't say anything about the jacket, but the shirts are horrible. I mean, you can't, and there's no top. I mean, look at this. The jacket is clothed. It's an insult to the audience. Listen, the guy's insulting the audience, not wearing a tie. And this, it's I don't know. So you don't take style advice from this guy. You cannot. This is a watch you wear with a t-shirt. This is a watch made for, a guy in L.A., like the Prince of Porn Valley. The Prince of Porn Valley, I actually would recommend it. This is the type of watch that you wear to a meeting in LA, a creative meeting. They have a meeting. They talk about the snuff film that they're shooting in Chatsworth, and the Kesslowitz says, okay, we're going to use the 8mm camera, and this is how we're going to set it up, and we're going to block the shot. And this is the watch that he's going to wear with a t-shirt. Okay, he's going to be wearing a t-shirt, sneakers, and this watch with jeans, and that's a cool look. This is a watch you can wear with jeans. I think it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't buy this watch, but it's like a retro Fugazi type of watch. But I get it. It's like an LA thing. It's the type of thing people in LA wear, when they drive their like Mazda Miata or like a Porsche Boxster, like a hairdresser car. Okay, this is his other dress watch recommendation. Again, this is a sports watch. This is purely a sports watch on a strap, 100% sports watch with like a complication. Okay, it's not a dress watch. This is not a watch you wear to a wedding, okay, or to get your Nobel Prize. Okay, now again, this guy's not getting a Nobel Prize. Now he's got these Buchiachistan watches, which technically, I mean, I guess could be dress watches, like, I don't know, at like a P. Diddy party. They had a Diddy freak-off party. Oh, yeah. I'm very disappointed that he has not worn those the sunglasses at the back of his head. The sunglasses, those lime green sunglasses that he would wear in every video on the back of his head was classic. And I would always make comments in his chats, and I'd probably left dozens of comments. And at some point, I think what happened was, once I think the watch box people, once they went like really corporate, they probably said, look, we're spending a lot of money in this production. You're making us look bad. You got the watch reporter, basically saying you're Buchiach. And that's when he did. I mean, it was a very pretentious of him, the sunglasses on the back, very pretentious to wear. Like, again, he's indoors doing a video. Why do you need to have sunglasses on the back of your head? Are you riding your bike right now? I guess he rides his bicycle or something. He rides his what's his name? Like Pee Wee Herman. He rides his bike to work. It's basically, it's kind of an insult to the audience. It's like an FU to the audience. Okay, I'm so important. Like I could give a shit about you. I'm going to wear sunglasses on the back of my head. That's what he's basically saying. Like, that's kind of like an F off to the audience. I'm like too cool to follow, just normal behavior. Because I'm a man of style. Hang on a second. Okay, now hang on a second. Now this watch is interesting. Let's see what he's got to say about the Vacheron here.
It would be these guys. Yet here's the triple calendar from the Traditionnel collection, and it's incredibly modern. Forward-looking, it is a large, beefy 41mm white gold case. It's got a wild open dial with layered sapphires, including the calendar discs, nickel anthracite movement coating for a cool grayscale aesthetic, and a meaty wrist presence. This is one that will rival any sports watch for appearance and stand.
I got to tell you something. This watch, It is a dress watch. It is a dress watch. It's white gold. It's a Vacheron. It is kind of a sport watch. It could be it could go either way. It swings both ways. This watch swings both ways. And I got to tell you, this is a beautiful watch. This is an absolute stunner. Does it have a second hand? Please tell me you don't. Okay, it does not have a second hand. Okay, this passes the test. It's got these sapphire. Now, this is not my thing because it's like, I don't know, the display. Like, I don't like all the transparent stuff. It's like, I don't know, it's a little bit gimmicky for me. But first of all, what these guys are doing here, this is what Patek should be doing. It's a modern watch, right? They're not trying to make it look old-fashioned. They're using classical elements. I mean, they're basically using classical, timeless elements. This watch is, it's a modern watch, right? It definitely looks like something made today, but it's a classic, timeless design. This watch is going to look good 100 years from now, okay? It's a triple calendar. It's not a perpetual, which is fine. And I love the way they got the calendar thing goes around. I love that thing that goes that sweeps, all the way around the outside of the bezel. That's beautiful. The hands are beautiful. I mean, it's a cool watch. Not for me, but for you got these grifters out there. They're flexing their see-through breguet. They're flexing their see-through breguet watches. And this is the real deal. Okay, this is the real watch. This is the real watch. Overseas blue. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, these watches, these modern watches are all these modern watches, believe me, they're going straight to discount. Every Vacheron is going to be at a discount. This, if you have to get like something modern like this, like you don't want like an old man watch, so you don't want a so-called old man watch, this is it. I mean, this is what the Zuckerberg, the Kuckerberg should wear. Yeah, that's funny. Fostoka. Who's Fostoka? I don't know this reference. I don't know the reference. Yeah. Yeah, it has like it looks kind of monochromatic, but it's a very cool watch. Moon phase, great watch. I mean, it's unbelievable watch. So again, not for me. And this is not for this channel because this watch has no upside potential, okay? Unless you buy it at a deep discount. You get it at a deep discount, it's going to be dead money for a while, but I think ultimately it's kind of a cool watch if you have to have this modern look. But there's no upside value until, it might have upside, 10 years from now, 15 years from now when it depreciates more.
And on the wrist. This triple calendar isn't something you leave in the safe for the 2 or 3 times a year you attend a wedding or the opera. There's a versatility here that makes it both fun.
Yeah, first of all, you don't wear this to the wedding or the opera. See, this guy doesn't understand. Okay, if you're gonna go to a wedding or the opera, you wear a simple, elegant, time-only dress watch, a thin, ultra-thin watch like a Patek Ellipse. That's what it was for. The Patek Philippe Ellipse watch is designed really. It's designed for, I don't want to say formal occasions. I mean, it could be worn anywhere, but that watch looks amazing with a tuxedo. Okay, I've never worn it with a tuxedo, but it would look amazing, absolutely amazing. A Patek Ellipse is the best watch you could wear with a tuxedo. I'm talking that full stop. There's no other watch. I'm talking I'm talking about the gold one with the blue dial. Is the one to wear, or the white gold, whatever it is, but and the oval one, the classical look, or even actually either way. But I think the oval one is probably the best one. Time only, 2 hands. That's what you wear for that type of occasion. I mean, you don't wear a triple calendar to your wedding. I mean, that's kind of like insulting, I think, and not maybe the opera.
fine and usable. And you're going to be trying to find reasons not to wear this watch. You're not going to have many. Vacheron also shows
Again, why do you pay attention to these Buchiachistani channels? I mean, people who know nothing. I mean, like, really, this guy's telling you that you wear this watch to a wedding or the opera. I mean, again, a guy with backwards sunglasses on his head.
Appeal of mechanical watches, the machine within can be expressed externally more easily in a dress watch.
Look at the moon phase. Wow, that's some moon phase. You know, here's the thing. These guys now, you know, they're taking a page out of the playbook of the independent watchmakers. They're doing like all the stuff that you know, the independent watchmakers are doing. It was Philippe Stern or Thierry Stern? Thierry Stern? You talk about? I think Thierry Stern is the greatest watch designer, not Philippe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But the ellipse, I don't know who made the ellipse. I think it was stolen from the Danishman.
Then in some sort of thick, highly water-resistant pilot dive or engineer's model, you can really bring the movement out to the front on a clear dial in a way you can't do with a soft iron-cased Milgauss or Ingenieur, for example. And like that Audemars we saw, the triple calendar appeals by turning the dial into the case back, which is what we really want, to see the best part without taking our watch off every time we look at it. And I'm going to say, other than rare skeleton models, this is something almost no one did on traditional dress watches back in the 80s and 90s. At $53,000, it costs as much as 2 overseas and then some, but it has wrist presence to truly rival the Vacheron Constantin sports watch. I feel like this is something I probably enjoy more than an overseas. And yes, there are...
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, the overseas is like, the thing that bothers me about the overseas is that second hand. It's like there's no purpose for it. And I mean, I don't know. The watch has some cool parts about it. It has cool parts. I like the fact that you could put on the rubber strap. The one that's in rose gold looks great. You know, one of our aristocrats, Baron Omar, has one of these in rose gold, blue dial. You know, I did a video where I thought it was a steel watch. No, it was actually rose gold, blue dial. And it's an impressive watch. It's a huge watch. And I would wear it on a strap, actually. I mean, I think it's better on the strap. But the bracelet is amazing. I mean, the design of the bracelet is very cool. Very cool watch. I think they're going to drop in value, though. I think they're gonna have a big drop, and then there might be upside. I don't know. The Vacheron stuff is really, the modern Vacheron is just not. Modern Vacheron is like deep discount territory, straight to the discount bin. Okay, a Langen's own dress watch. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you're. I mean, this is the type of watch you wear to like I don't know, a Hitler Youth rally, or I don't know, what do you call it? SS reunion dinner or something like that. You know, whatever, Nazi party reunion dinner. Yeah, it's a weird watch. It's really not. I wouldn't wear this to the opera. This is kind of like, it could be a sport watch, really. It could be a sport watch. I think it's more sport watch territory. You put it on a different strap. It's too chunky. The problem with these Lange watches, they're just too chunky to be dress watches. It doesn't go under a cuff. This is a joke, pure joke. A Grand Seiko. I mean, this is a disgrace. I mean, this guy is like an embarrassment. Okay, let me see what he's got to say about the Patek Calatrava here.
Anymore, guys, and it hasn't been for a while. All of this leads to buyers who are more likely than in the past to consider dress watches equally alongside sporting models. Online, Google does not discriminate. You can find an awful lot of both. So there's also an attitude change, and this is where I have to emphasize some collectors no longer view the traditional dress watch as a situational option. Maybe you would consider a 1980s Patek 3919 with its tiny size and ultra-formal style a black tie watch or a situational option, but increasingly, many collectors, even of stuff like this, reject that idea. Social media is not the real world, and that's just a fact. That's my social media. Does your life look like that? Jeff S., don't answer. Everyone else? Probably not. Here's the thing.
Oh, look, shaken.
There is something to the mounting online community evidence that people are wearing hardcore dress watches far beyond their ostensible purpose. I've always described the notion that when talking about who made who, AC/DC style, it's the man or the woman who makes the watch and not the other way around. If you wear it with confidence, you can get away with anything. These days, you can casually wear a $500,000 Grubel Forsey Nano Foudroyant EWT at a bar, a horror movie, good one by the way, or an F1 race. And there's no reason why you wouldn't. Why not?
Yeah, but that watch is really, again, it's a sport watch.
I think this trend started with influential collectors and celebrities. If I had to trace it, influential collectors and celebrities who have very public personas, wearing elite vintage models in casual life, that is with a t-shirt, with a polo shirt, with shorts, out on the beach. And dress watches are a major component of the vintage scene, and that's how this began. And if they can do it, why not me? A valid conclusion that many have reached. So When somebody goes to see his kid's football game, or even better, a metal concert, he can absolutely wear a heavy metal platinum Vacheron Corn de Vache chronograph, because why not? These days, denim and leather goes well.
What do you call that? No, the Vacheron, that was not Thierry Stern. The Vacheron was and it's Vacheron, you know that.
With platinum. It's the man that makes the watch, not the other way around. Right there. Okay. Jeff S. saying, good luck having your insurance cover your $500,000 watch in an F1 event. I think some F1 drivers have learned that the hard way out in the parking lot, haven't they recently? All I can say is have an entourage. There's strength in numbers. If you're wearing expensive stuff out in public, don't do it alone. What else? Chat's number 3. Paul F. of Switzerland greets our audience with his Arnold and Son perpetual moon.
Wow,
Abdul R. of Germany. He's in the chat.
Hold on a second. That's a cool watch. Arnold. You know, I've seen some of these Arnolds. I mean, they're kind of cool watches, I think. Let's see.
All right, guys, stay with me now. We're on our way to 350. This is going to happen. Viewers, chat's number 3. Paul F. of Switzerland greets our audience with his Arnold and Son.
Wow, that's beautiful. What's the complication? Is some sort of calendar thing with astrology? I don't know. I think Arnold also is one of these revival brands, right? It's not like a real brand. Let me see. Arnold. Let's see. Arnold. Wow, look at this. So the Arnold. Oh, this is the watch, right? I gotta tell you, this is beautiful. I mean, the wow, this thing with the moon and the stars. I've seen one of these actually in a display case. I was window licking. I was licking a window. I saw one of these in a display case or something like it, you know, with a moon. And I was like, wow, that is pretty nice. Now, again, I don't know if this is, would have to get the opinion of Bill Sanders, the Watch Art Psi guy. Or actually Memovox. Baron Memovox is our in-house. Baron Memovox, you speak English. Why don't you hop on the live stream? I mean, come on. You know, we've got to get some insight. What do you think of the Arnold? Is that a legitimate watch? Is Arnold legit? Is Arnold legit? This seems to me like a good value. 13 grand. You got a gold watch. Beautiful details. A beautiful design. I mean, look at this. Beautiful attention to detail. The movement, I mean, I don't know, looks to me okay. I don't know. What is this with the moons? What is that? Is that like a way to set the zodiac? What is that? I don't know. We need Baron Memovox to explain. Now this is like, I mean, next level. The blue and the gold. Wow. I mean, like, this is a wow factor. It's got a second moon phase. I got to tell you, I'm actually very intrigued by this. 90 hour power reserve. How big is the watch? 42 millimeter, huge watch. This is a beautiful 13 grand. Seems very, very cheap. Naked, no box, no papers, probably stolen. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, folks. Could be. We never know. So what is Arnold? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I mean, these are not bad. Seriously. I mean, these dials look really good. These hands, I love the hands. The hands look amazing. I seriously love these hands. This is original. This is really original. Shit. Wow. This is a watch. You could wear this to Watches and Wonders. Like, this is the type of watch you can wear and it'll be respectable. You know what I mean? Jeez. They do such beautiful work. Look at this. You get this gray Buchiachistan, whatever you call this, gray, black. I mean, it's beautifully done. The diamonds look pretty decent. What size is this? .39 millimeter. Wow. I'm a fan. Arnold is legit. Okay. Okay. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. We got to put this on the hit list. I got to do some research. We got to do some research into Arnold and Son. Arnold and Son. Now, Baron Memox, what's the deal? Is this a Phoenix brand? Is it like a Phoenix brand? And where is it made? Is this made in Chomostan? Where is this made? I mean, these prices look too good to be true. Oh, steel, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Why are they cheap? I mean, why is this cheap? It should be much more expensive. $13,000. Again, why is it so cheap? Baron Memovox, please explain. Are we missing something? It's almost like, it's almost like one of these things. It's almost like a stock that's got like a 20%, yield. It's got a massive dividend, yields 20%. Usually if it's got a 20% yield, it means there's something wrong. Like they're about to go bankrupt or cut the dividend in by 90% or something. That's usually the case. I've gotten caught in those situations. I've been burned. Why is this so cheap? 88 pieces. Okay, so this is a Chinese market thing. Again, I have nothing bad to say about this. I think it's a legitimate looking. I mean, the design is great. I mean, I'm not into these skeleton things. It's just not my thing, but it's okay. This is one of those. I don't know. This is like they do those stupid paintings. I'm not into that stuff. Time pyramid. Wow. I mean, Baron Memovox, I got a question for you. What would you rather have? Would you rather have this or a Breguet for 15,000? Would you rather have this or like that Breguet skeleton or whatever that is? Now, what is this movement here? Time pyramid. What does it mean? Yeah, this is nice. That's the back of the watch. I mean, the way this thing is set up is like, wow, that is such a cool, everything is symmetrical. I mean, it's like a work of beauty, to be honest. How is it possible this is 15,000? How can this be 15,000 where these Buchiachistanis are? Okay, now this one is a little bit like, I don't know, something went wrong here. This thing went sideways. Nebula. I mean, like literally every one of these watches I'm looking at, they all have like something about them that's very special. Huh. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, this is like massive moon phase. Yeah, I'm a fan of the massive moon. I mean, it's a cool watch. Ah. Okay. Where are they made? Are they made in the UK? Yeah, these are cool. Let's take a look. Oh, another Chinese watch here. 28 pieces. This has got to be some sort of, what kind of stone is this? This must be like, I don't know if this is a meteorite or some sort of stone. It's got to be some sort of stone here. But the moon is beautiful. It's silver moon. It's probably white gold. I'm assuming it's got to be white gold. Yeah. Also, I mean, this is also. I mean, these are like original designs. These are like interesting designs. Shit. Oh, it's Swiss made. Yeah. Okay. Why does this watch have no respect? Oof. Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that dial. Wow. I mean, this is better. I've never seen anybody do anything like this before. What size is this? I mean, geez. Amazing. It reminds me a little bit of a Jacques Rose. Jacques Rose. Yeah. I think there is. But it doesn't talk about like the stuff we talk. I mean, there's guys who do like, I think there's some guys who do like whatever, I don't know, like shit talking type stuff. But you know what? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because it's like, you know what it is? That world is too small of a world, and like, and it's no, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's like too much of yeah. It's that the art world is much smaller, so I wouldn't do that. And also, it's there's really not any like. Yeah, there's not the same type of nonsense. There's not like, I mean, there's like tomato candy, but it's not like this. I mean, yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not like, it's also different because it's not like people aren't flexing. You know what? It's not like people are, posting pictures of the paintings in their house. I mean, you don't see that much. It's more private. I mean, talking about, it's a different, I think it's usually very different. I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen people, or very rarely people, yeah, it's just, people really don't. It's different. Listen, it's more sophisticated, to be honest. It's a different thing. It's like you're comparing, come on. It's like you're comparing, comic book and baseball card collectors to, Bugatti collectors. You know what I mean? It's like it's a whole different thing. So, but that'd be funny. But there's definitely, it's the same problem. There is, actually, there's a lot more deviant behavior also, way more. It's like, much more. I mean, shit. Much more. I mean, it's like on a level of magnitude. But yeah, this is amazing stuff. This is a conversation starter, as they say. What, 34 grand? Ooh, that's a lot of dough. Is this a piece unique? All their dials are amazing. I mean, all their dials are amazing. They really are. I have really nothing bad to say about anything. I may not like something, but like all their designs are just like, they all have a wow factor. There's no bad, they have zero bad designs. You know what I'm saying? It's like Patek is loaded with bad designs. JLC is loaded with bad designs. These guys have zero bad designs. There's like zero. Like I literally, all these watches I've seen here, almost all of them, I have like nothing. I have like no I can't say anything bad about them. When I say nothing bad, I'm like, there's nothing I would say, wow, well, I don't like the font. I can't say that about any of these watches. They're all like, you know, perfect in whatever way it is. And yeah, double tourbillon escapement. These are like Bill Sanders type watches. Does Bill Sanders respect Arnold and Son? Wow. I mean, even this thing, it's a little bit kooky. It's a little bit kooky, but the hands are beautiful. I mean, these hands, somebody really put a lot of thought into this. I mean, this is like, you know, this is, I mean, original. I mean, this somebody really put thought into it. It's beautifully done. Wow. This is like a triple wow. Oh my God. I mean, like everything is very, what's the word that the kids like to use these days? Thoughtful. It's very thoughtful design. This is absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing, like orgasmic level. Yeah, that's what this, look at this. It's a multi-dimensional watch. It's like on multiple levels. You see that? It's got, I mean, this literally is a work of art. I mean, this watch is an absolute work of art. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at this. We got a massive 5-pound sticker. 5-pound sticker. Yeah. No, I couldn't do it because you know, it's I don't want to get there. I'd get like I would get no, I actually have nothing bad. You know what? Here's the thing. I have nothing bad to say about people like in the art biz. I mean, there's some scumbags for sure. There's a bunch of scumbags, but like, you know, just business wise, like people, you know, whatever, who screw you business wise. But there's no like I haven't met like the type of low lives I've met like on the live stream. It's like really like, you know, we're talking, it's like a different, yeah, I've never had like, you know, usually these people have like, you know, some level of whatever, some level of well, they have a level of taste, I guess. I don't know. I've never actually had it. I have nothing bad to say about like anybody outside of like maybe a bad business dealing. Like, okay, this guy, whatever, this guy screwed me on this. They backed out of it. You know, whatever. But that's just business. That's nothing. That's not a personal thing. That's like, you know, there's always that's in any business. There's always going to be that. So I really have nothing to say. But there's a lot of freaky people. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of degenerates. I'm talking about like, you know, big time degenerates, you know, because it's a much more sophisticated type of degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different level. Yeah. Actually, it's like, what's his name? You know, Jeffrey Epstein was a guy that actually, shit, I missed out on meeting Jeffrey Epstein because I know two people I did business with that. One of them sold to Jeffrey Epstein. One sold paintings to Jeffrey Epstein. The other one was involved with Jeffrey Epstein in like an art academy, something. And it was some like they were like friends. They were involved in this, creating some art academy and blah blah blah, and something fell apart. Like, you know, so. But he was a cool. I mean, I really would have loved to meet Jeffrey. I would have loved if he would have invited me out to the island. You know, the Epstein Island. I mean, all that stuff you hear, it's all a bunch of nonsense. I mean, I think he was a cool guy. I mean, you know, I don't know what he did wrong. He gave these young women jobs. I mean, he employed these young women, right? They weren't forced to do anything. They came back multiple times. I mean, these girls are getting, I don't know, a couple $100, whatever he was getting. This is, by the way, in the 90s. So that's like real money, right? This is before OnlyFans, when you could make big money, right? So these girls are making, you know, good money. They come back, 20, 30 times. They make, then all of a sudden, 20 years later, they say, "Oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I was forced. I was trafficked. I'm a victim. I need $10 million. I need $50 million because I'm traumatized. I came back 20 times to give Jeff a massage and a hand job, and I'm traumatized." Yeah, shit. All these things are so like well thought out. Like, okay, so here they're doing like a Chinese thing, but still it's cool. It's like, yeah, this is like, I wonder if Bruce Lee, our friend, the Hong Kong super collector, has a Arnold and Son. I think he does, actually. Yeah, this is like this type of thing where you can buy like 10 of them. They have so many different cool things. That's it. There's not a lot of stuff on the market. This is like limited production, real limited production. Unbelievable, but true. Look at this. Oh, this is the Colonel's Yacht Master. 13. How much are they going for? Let's do a market update. Yacht Master market update. Yacht Master market update. Again, this is not a watch I bought, to make money with. This is purely, I just, love the watch. Yeah, basically back to, I'd basically, if I sold, I'd basically break even right now after 5 years. Yeah, they're holding up. I think they went to like 18 grand. I think they went to like 18 grand, which was like ridiculous. And I think these are basically dead money. Like if you pay 13 grand for this in the chocolate dial, like you're not gonna see your money back. I mean, it's dead money. It's gonna hold. It's basically gonna appreciate 2% a year or something if you're lucky. Dead money. Who's Bobby Slayton? Oh, I think I saw this guy. I think I saw something. He's like a New York guy, right? Bobby Slayton. I think I saw something. Hang on a second. I never heard of him before. I think I saw him on a thing. He had like dirty jokes or something back. I mean, he was like an old guy like that. He was like big. I think he was big in the 80s and 90s a little bit. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy. Yeah, he like, what happened to that guy? He did like dirty jokes basically. Let's see. There's not a lot of stuff in Bobby Slayton videos. Wow. He's basically like I think he had like an act back in the day. And he's kind of like, I don't know, he's just, it's hard out there. It's hard out there for a pimp. Oh, yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's okay. He's kind of like, he's got that like 80s type material. I get he never, I think he probably was big, or not big, but he was, more relevant. He was relevant in the like 80s and 90s, I think. That's the thing. And, I guess the market became more politically correct or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, the Arnold and Son. I'm calling it Arnold and Son. Arnold and Son. Yeah, they have like literally no bad watches, which is like, I think this is the first. I think this is like a first. I haven't seen any watchmaker that has no bad watches. I mean, like even some of these like steel watches, like I wouldn't buy it, like, but I kind of understand what they're doing, like, and they have like, nice design elements. And I guess these were early. This is probably early. This is probably when they I don't know their history. I guess when they restarted, they did whatever it was that they did. they improved. They figured out the game, and you know, they're doing much. You know, I guess they figured things out. I'm assuming, again, I don't know. I don't know the details. But in terms of these new watches, the stuff that's in gold, I'll put it this way: the stuff that's in precious metal is amazing. Like, I got nothing bad to say. Like, even this watch, like, you know, you know, it's just, to me, it's kind of like, the dial doesn't do anything for me, but everything else about it is great. And, you know, they have this in a different color. You just get it in the whatever, chocolate. Just, you know, some people don't like chocolate, you know, I don't know. So that's just a personal preference. Nothing to do with the watch. I'm not, you know, just, I just want a different color, you know. But yeah, these are cool watches. Like, literally, not one bad watch. Even this guy here. Even this guy's got something. Look at this. It's got like a mother of pearl, and I mean, it's cool. The dragon red. I mean, the hands. It's all about the hands, you know. Thin. It's nice and thin, or, you know, not too thick. Amazing. It's like a absolute, you know, all star, all winners, all winners. All right, we pulled out 50 kroners. We pulled out 50 kroners. I knew if I kept going long enough, we'll get some of the punters to if we yeah, I gotta learn from these grifters. Like the Tim Wright and these other guys. You know, they stretch these live streams out for like 5 hours so they can pull in, you know, because a lot of these guys only start, you know, putting up the super chats, you know, after a couple of hours. So, you know, Baron Silver, they're not bad. They're just not. He doesn't. Baron Silver is not a fan. Baron Silver is not a fan. Baron Silver, you got no taste. Yeah, you know, I mean, what can I tell you? If you don't think this is a knockout, if you don't think this watch is an absolute knockout, now again, it may not be, I get it, may not be for somebody, like, you know, it's whatever, but I gotta say, objectively, it's a knockout. It's kind of like, you know, imagine like, you know, think of it as a supermodel who's like 6'2", okay? You know, I don't know. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to have a woman that's 6'2". You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, you know, especially if they're wearing heels. You know, but if she's an absolute 10, like a supermodel, you can't deny she's a supermodel. Like, you know, it's sort of like, who's one of these tall models that was really amazing of the supermodel era? The supermodel era. Let me see. I have to Google this. This is it. So this is it. It was called the supermodel era began during the late 80s and in the 90s. So this is it. Like Christy Turlington. What was her name? Cindy Crawford, and I think one of them actually was Danish. She was really hot. What the hell is her name? Yeah, there was one that was amazing. Hang on a second. There was a famous photo of them. Hang on a second. The supermodel. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can see the image. I think one of them was like, you know, 7 feet tall or something. Wow. You know, probably for Baron Silver, they're just meh. Linda Evangelista. Linda Evangelista was absolutely amazing. I mean, this is not the best picture, but yeah, Linda Evangelista. There was another one. Hang on a second. Where is she? I don't know, whatever. I mean, what am I looking? What am I wasting my time here? They're not giving me any money here. Some of them have good-looking daughters now, actually. I mean, their daughters now, like in their 20s, right? Like Cindy Crawford is like her daughter is a model now, right? All right, so we pulled out. It was worth doing the stream. We pulled out some money from the punters. You know, we got some grifting done. So thank you to our show sponsors. We got Baron Davidson, actually Duke Davidson, because he donated some memberships. We got Duke Davidson, and we got Baron Memovox, and possibly Duke. If he donates more money, we'll make him an honorary Duke. But again, this channel you gotta pay to play. All right, that's it. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.